नमस्ते मित्रों, स्टार्टिंग विद माई थर्ड ब्लॉग। और आज ये साज सजावट की वजह है। आज हमारा पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन कंपटीशन है के सोमाया मेडिकल कॉलेज में। तो अभी हम लोग वहाँ जा रहे हैं के सोमाया जो साइन में है, और मैं दिखाऊंगा। मैं एक्चुअली 2 दिन जा रहा हूँ। अभी सोच रहा हूँ दोनों दिन एक ही ब्लॉग में कवर करूँ या फिर दोनों अलग अलग ब्लॉग बनाऊँ। देखते हैं आगे। लेकिन आज मेरा पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन कंपटीशन है, और अगर पॉसिबल हुआ तो उसका भी वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करूँगा जो आपके लिए हेल्पफुल हो। अगर मैंने अच्छा किया तो डेफिनेटली आप सबके लिए हेल्पफुल होगा, और अगर अच्छा नहीं किया तो भी होगा कि क्या नहीं करना चाहिए आपको। तो एक बार बस के सोमाया पहुँचते ही आगे का कंटिन्यू करते हैं। तो गाइज़, ये है के सोमाया की कॉलेज और हॉस्पिटल बिल्डिंग, और फ़िलहाल जा रहे हैं मंदिर। अभी पूरा दिखा तो नहीं सकता क्योंकि आज मेरा पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन है, टाइम नहीं है इतना दिखाने के लिए। हाँ, वीडियो अलाउड नहीं। तो ये मैं आ गया था कॉलेज बिल्डिंग के अंदर। हम लोगों को वीडियो लेने के लिए अलाउ नहीं किया। जितनी अच्छी हॉस्पिटल, मतलब ये सोमाया किस प्राइवेट कॉलेज है, शायद डीम्ड या प्राइवेट है, तो लेकिन उस हिसाब से इतनी अच्छी है नहीं ये कॉलेज। और लेकिन जिस हिसाब से हॉस्पिटल अच्छी है, कॉलेज इतनी अच्छी नहीं है। ठीक है, So today's topic for my actually my code is UGPA03. So the topic for my presentation is pulmonary alveolar microlithiasis, and these are the authors and co-authors of the research. What actually pulmonary alveolar microlithiasis is? It is an autosomal recessive disorder which is characterized by mutation of SCL34A2 gene. Actually, SCL34A2 gene encodes sodium potassium phosphate co-transporter, which is involved in phosphate homeostasis in alveolar type 2 cells. So due to its mutation, some calciferites are actually deposited in the alveoli or any other organs. The disease consists of deposit. It is most commonly seen in the young adults in 3rd or 4th decades of life, that is 30 to 40 years of age. The gender distribution is equal. It is very rare, so the incidence is about 0.06 in India. The symptoms are usually mild to being, or the patient might be asymptomatic. Or there are mild symptoms like dyspnea, cyanosis, clubbing, etc. PAM is known to have significant clinico-radiological dissociation, but currently we are having limitation of the slide, as the patient who arrived to the emergency departments, she died immediately after 6 to 7 minutes. So there was a limitation of a radiological slide. This slide in the beginning is taken from Radiopedia. This is not the patient slide. These are the common symptoms of this uncommon disease: dyspnea, dry cough, fatigue, sporadic hemoptysis, clubbing, cyanosis in extreme cases. This is the radiological view of sandstrom appearance in the lung on bilateral side. It is taken from American Journal of Case Report. This is the slide of a 57-year-old man having history of dyspnea since 12 years. This type of the calcification is also seen in sympathetic ganglia, testes, seminal vesicles, and epididymis. However, there is no existing literature available to confirm involvement of pancreas in this setting, as seen in the present case. We also have microlithiasis in pancreas, but that is not the actual cause of death. The actual cause of death is pulmonary alveolar microlithiasis. The symptom for lithiasis in pancreas were only abdominal pain. The available literature has provided some plausible association of acute pancreatitis with acute lung injury. In such cases, pancreatitis is induced by microlithiasis or dysfunction of sphincter of Oddi, which later on caused lung injury due to inflammatory cytokines. Aims and objectives of this research were to find the histological findings of this rare disease. We actually wanted to find what is the actual cause of the death. We even wanted to differentiate it with the rest of the pulmonary diseases, to also study the autopsy finding of microlithiasis in pancreas. Methodology. First, we'll discuss the patient's history. The patient which arrived was a female, aged 35 years old. She was brought to the emergency department of Tuko Hospital. She complained of pain in abdomen and severe dyspnea. However, she died within a few minutes before admission. The spouse revealed that she had complained since 7 to 8 days, which became severe the previous day. The deceased was non-alcoholic, non-smoker. These are the gross specimen which we have collected that had some pathologies. This is lung and pancreas specimen. And that tissue samples were also collected for histological examination. Materials used are hematoxylin and eosin stains, Ziehl-Neelsen stain, congruent stains, and fluorescence microscope. These two stains were actually used to just give differential diagnosis of miliary TB and amyloidosis. This is the result. This is the histopathological appearance of both the slides, and these are the calciferites in the calciferite deposits. Histopathological examination shows calciferite deposits in alveoli. In the present scenario, pain in abdomen can be attributed to pancreatitis, which might have developed from the microlithiasis present in the pancreatic parenchyma. The actual cause of death is due to breathlessness resulting from PA. These are the differential diagnosis: miliary TB, silicosis, amyloidosis, metastatic calcification from thyroid or end-stage renal disease. The management is lung transplant, and the medical management is biophosphonates, which are inhaled, and corticosteroids which are inhaled, and some low phosphate diet. This is the conclusion. It's a rare disease, mostly seen in age from 30 to 40, as the patient was also 35 years old. The investigation is mostly radiological. It is actually an incidental diagnosis. The patient might be asymptomatic, or patient might have few common symptoms of few common diseases. It is an incidental diagnosis. When we see the radiological report of the patient, only then we can understand the diagnosis. These are the limitations we actually have, as the patient was as the research started from the autopsy room, so we didn't have any radiological investigation. Actually, we can confirm this exact diagnosis from molecular studies of this gene. These are the references which were used, and these were the micro photographs which I mentioned earlier. Thank you very much. तो गाइज हम अपने घर पहुंच चुके हैं पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन के बाद, और पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन में हाँ ऑफकोर्स जीत तो नहीं पाया, मगर स्कोर काफ़ी हाई था। और दूसरा ये कि क्या क्या क्राइटेरिया है, मतलब क्या क्या ऐसी चीज़ें जो लगेगी पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन में जीतने के लिए। एक तो आपका जो टॉपिक है रिसर्च का, वो इम्पैक्टफुल होना चाहिए, मतलब उसकी रेलेवेंस कितनी है, आपकी जो स्लाइड है वो देखने में कैसी है, आपकी एलोक्यूशन स्किल्स, मतलब किस तरह से आप अपने रिसर्च को बोल के प्रेजेंट करते हैं, और चौथी है आपकी वो स्किल्स जो क्वेश्चन आंसर राउंड में आप कैसे आंसर कर रहे हैं हर क्वेश्चन को। तो इन चारों मेन क्राइटेरिया के बेस पे आपका पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन या पोस्टर प्रेजेंटेशन जज किया जाता है। तो दैट्स इट, ये थोड़ा सा एजुकेशनल टाइप था वीडियो। होप सो कि आप सभी को यूज़फुल हो। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय श्री कृष्ण।